a small population that shaped the world, the Jews. How is it possible that they can get America to do whatever they want and challenge everyone? How does everything Israel says come true? It's not just about money. When you understand the depth of the story, you'll be as astonished as I am. You will see a remarkable organization and unity. On May 14, 1948, Israel was established. Just minutes after the announcement of its founding, the U.S. became the first country to recognize Israel. From that day to the present, Israel has secured a lion's share of American resources, ensuring that the U.S. supports them in both good and bad times. To understand Israel's influence in America, we need to rewind the story a bit. In the 17th century, Jews facing severe discrimination in Europe began migrating to America, hoping for a freer life. The untouched resources and vast opportunities in America opened a door of fortune for the Jews. Their successful engagement in banking, jewelry, money lending, and oil businesses not only enriched themselves but also supported their relatives, who remained in Europe. They also had another advantage. At the time in America, Hebrew, the language of the Jews, was considered an intellectual and sacred language among elite universities. To understand the Bible, one had to understand the Torah, so Hebrew became a language every educated person needed to know. In short, Jews in America were freer and luckier than in Europe. With every wave of immigration, they preserved their wealth and unity without being assimilated, which continues to this day. Today, it is estimated that around 7.5 million Jews live in America. Although this is only 2.5% of the U.S. population, the government cannot go against their interests. In America, it is extremely difficult for a politician, whether governor, senator, or even president, to oppose the Jews or Israel. At the center of this influence is a mysterious lobbying group called AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. AIPAC is considered the most powerful lobby in the U.S. You may have heard the term lobby. In the U.S., legal lobbying involves groups meeting with politicians to support their causes and providing financial and organizational resources to the most suitable candidates. AIPAC, formed by wealthy and powerful Jews, plays a crucial role. Take Donald Trump as an example. Running a campaign requires millions of dollars. Beyond that, support from media outlets, newspapers, TV channels, and NGOs is essential. This is where AIPAC steps in. They say, if you support Israel's policies, we will provide financial support, media coverage, and societal backing. If you refuse, we won't remain neutral. We will support your opponent instead. Even if a politician like Trump disagreed with AIPAC and won the election, many Congress members, senators, and local officials are already AIPAC-backed, limiting the president's power. John Mearsheimer, a professor at the University of Chicago, summarized it. The Israel lobby and U.S. foreign policy succeed through agenda support, rewarding allies and punishing dissenters. AIPAC's influence extends beyond politics. Its sub-organization, the American Israel Education Foundation, AIEF, organizes educational programs for American politicians, including trips to Israel. These programs ensure that future political leaders maintain a pro-Israel stance. This mutual support among Jews worldwide is one of the most powerful forces, with AIPAC playing a major role. For example, a Jewish businessman seeking to operate a tourist port in Italy might be blocked, but other Jewish tourism agencies around the world would refuse to organize tours to that city, forcing the deal in favor of the businessmen. This is a recognized economic power, not to be underestimated. In technology, over 650 Israeli tech companies operate in the U.S., demonstrating AIPAC's influence across sectors. Moreover, America's support for Israel is reinforced by evangelical Christians. With around 80 to 100 million evangelicals in the U.S., many believe that Israel's restoration is part of God's plan, and that Jewish people play a pivotal role in biblical prophecy. This religious connection strengthens pro-Israel sentiment in American politics. Historically, the U.S. interest in supporting Israel was also influenced by geopolitical concerns. Initially, under British support, Jews were promised a homeland in Palestine via the Balfour Declaration of November 2, 1917, to secure support against the Ottoman Empire during World War I. After World War II, the U.S. took over as the dominant power, and Israel became a key ally in protecting Middle Eastern oil and serving as a strategic partner against the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Despite Arab support from the Soviets, Israel won decisive victories in the Six-Day War and the Yom Kippur War, further solidifying U.S. trust. In 1973, during the oil crisis, America's support for Israel led Arab nations to impose an oil embargo, causing a global crisis. Such events demonstrated America's reliance on Israel, which continues today. The U.S.-Israel alliance is a complex, interwoven network of shared interests. If this alliance were ever to break, predictions suggest that America might relax sanctions on Iran, strengthening its regional influence and posing new threats to Turkey and Israel. Israeli defense would need new allies, potentially Russia, China, or the UK, shifting the balance of power in the Middle East and possibly opening the door to large-scale conflicts. Currently, the world operates under a U.S.-led balance of power, maintained in part by the Jewish-American alliance. History shows that major wars only occur when such balances are disrupted. Although it is possible for this alliance to weaken, it remains extremely unlikely. Unless the world drastically changes, America and the Jewish community will continue their strong alignment. I'm Injin Deniz. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. Also, my newly opened channel now shares requested horror stories. You can find the link in the video description. See you there.